Ahoy there, everyone. How are we all doing on this fine... The weather's really bad outside here. How are we all doing today? Nice to see you all. Thank you all for coming and stopping by for another qualifying stream. Meme review. How are we all feeling? What do we think? We're in Spain, Catalunya. Is it gonna be a madness or not? Well, where's everyone in the chat? Where is everyone? Come on, talk to me. Hello. Ihamgar, Luke HS, Joshua, Valchich, Paul, Zaki, TDT Glitch, Luke Stewart, Freddie. Nice to see you, mate. Chopsticks, welcome back, buddy. Melina Martz, Aidan Wilbarry, Slow Motion, Alex Grafton, Henry Stewart. I could do this all day. Thank you everyone for joining in. I appreciate you taking the time to watch me watch qualifying. Again, as always, just to preface, you're not going to see any footage because the FIA ban hammer will come down hard on my head. So that ain't happening. But yeah, good to see everyone. Hope we're all doing well. It's there's been a mad heat wave in the UK, but the last couple of days it's finally chilled out a bit. So it's raining again, which is actually quite refreshing. It's quite nice to see. So there we go. How are we all doing? Talk to me. What do we think? Thank you, Daniel Roach. Love your videos. Appreciate that, buddy. Checo top 4. Been odd. Whatever. What's that mean? Charles P7 but gets P2 tomorrow. Hi from Greece, Melina. Nice to see you. Hope I've pronounced that all right. Yeah, they're just doing some generic press stuff that they always do before the races at the minute. So thought we'd jump on. Album P9. No faith, Jennifer. No faith. Latifi P1. Scenes we'd love to see. Russell Q3. Ferrari Miracle. Vettel to Spinala in the race or his quali. Science on pole. Vettel top 10, please. Boring but Lewis pole. It's hard to look past that, isn't it? So, Georgie boy gets Q2. Yeah, I think Q2. Fresh t-shirt, Chuck Tommo. Thank you. I've gone with the pastel vibes today with my Ralph hat with like the orange thing. And then this is kind of pinky orange, but probably more. It looks more orange than pink. In the pictures, it looks more pink online, but it's actually more orange. So I'm going with the summer vibes today because it's raining. So I like to offset. In before Ocon and Magnussen crash again. Albon first podium. I mean, you all know I hope so. This is a big quali for Alex. I feel like, having listened to some of the FP2 talk, I didn't see any FP3, so I have literally no idea what happened in FP3. I haven't even checked because I was running errands this morning, going to the supermarket, getting some bits in. But what was I going to say? Oh yeah, Alex sounded quite happy with the balance of the car in FP2 anyway, so hopefully that's a good sign going forward. You have the same glass as me. Yeah. As Max would say, stay hydrated, everyone. It's good for you. All right, cool. So, 15 minutes to go. Now, as usual, I've got a little company with me because, you know, it's always good to stay on brand. We've got another martini. Definitely should get them to sponsor because I seem to have a martini. But this is actually a really, really nice sparkling wine. Genuinely, like, real talk, it actually is. And obviously it's martini, which is F1 related. Shame they're not in F1 anymore. But there you go. So, bottle of martini for me today. Alcoholic, yes. All right. Look, I don't drink during the week. Only at weekends. Oh, and Minton's joining the fun. Hello, Minton. Would you like to say hello to everyone? Minton, what are you doing?
He's crying.
Hey? Minton, come on. Minton's longing us off. But there you go. Albon third row, boys. George in the points tomorrow. Interesting. Well, we'll see my predictions in a minute. We've got 15 minutes till quali, so we're in no rush. I really like the the bottle cap. Can I? Yeah, that's focusing. There you go. I like the end cap on this bottle. I'd like to be able to like do something with it. I don't know what though. I don't know what to do with it. But anyway. So obviously, don't drink if you're under 18 and all that good stuff, because that is illegal. Minton legend. More livery vids. Yeah, actually, I haven't got any. I've got some good videos in the pipeline. I've already done the thumbnail and recorded, and have started the edit on the video that's going to go out on Wednesday. But obviously, because there's no race next weekend, I want to get a video go out in the week and then one at the weekend as well. Because me and Hannah are actually going away at the weekend, so I won't have any time to make a video at the weekend. So I'm gonna have to work my little tootsie off to get something out. Oh, this is gonna come off easy. Eee, boom. Apologies, any headphones users, but you could see it coming. So there you go. Minton, do you want to say hello? Stay. Actually, why am I wearing my headphones? I just realised there's no point because I'm not even listening to anything. I'm just going to put this over here. And then I will grab young Minton. Oh, look at him. He's just sat and he's dead. Come on, buddy. Say hello to everyone. Here he is. Return of the sausage. What do you think, Minton? Who do you think is going to come out on pole today? He's a Bottas fan, so I think he thinks Valtteri. Yes, look. This sausage dog. Miniature Minton. Oh yeah, Bayern beat Barca 8-2. I saw that yesterday, and I was like, that must be on aggregate, surely, because I haven't been keeping tabs on the Champions League, to be fair. Mwah, good boy. Mwah. Right, I'll put you down. Yeah, I haven't been keeping tabs on the Champions League, so to see that was, mate, I watched the highlights. Barcelona just looked, that Semedo, I think it's their right back, was just absolutely terrible in the highlights anyway. It seemed like most of their goals were coming from his side, so it was a bad time. Hello everyone. Hi Arthur Lopez, Jack Bedford, Callum Kingsnorth, Vigorous spelt weirdly. Alejandro Castro, thank you everyone for joining in. Anyway, let's pour this out before it goes. Oh yes. Now honestly, if you like, there's a big head on that. If you like sparkling wine and like prosecco, this martini, they've got it at Tesco for like £7 at the minute for a bottle. So if you're to all of my UK Donnies out there, get on it, mate. Honestly, it goes down far too easy for something that is. It is only 7.5% though, so it's not actually that strong at all. But still, there you go. That day. Right, shall we? We're almost 10 minutes left. Have a look at my predictions. Let's jump on it. What am I saying for the Spanish Grand Prix? Well, there's no big surprises really here, is there? That top three is, in whatever order, it's going to be the top three pretty much every quali session, isn't it? Unless there's obviously, you know what I mean? It's the go-to. So, Freddie, thank you for the £5, mate. Appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. Is there a Chinwag stream on Monday? I might do a stream on Monday, yeah. I might do that. That could be fun. I don't really know what time I would. I'd want to do it at a time where obviously most people are about and available. So, because if I did like midday, then that would be good for Europe, and it would be good for kind of like evening to all the wonderful Americans out there who watch me. Because you Americans are the second biggest part of my audience to my channel by quite a bit. I think about 13% of my subscribers are Americans. So thank you. It might even be higher than that, to be fair. I'm not sure. But yeah, anyway. So let's talk through. Obviously, Lewis P1. Look, the guy is a machine. Oh, thank you, Alan McDonald, for the $5 Australian. Muchos gracias. I much appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, so obviously, look, Lewis goes without saying. Max split the Mercedes. It's probably not going to happen, but I don't know. It's slightly less samey as before. And Valtteri P3. It's hard to look past that, to be fair. I mean, Red Bull seem to have... I feel like there's been some positive noises about Red Bull's development and how they're coming into this weekend. Maybe they've got some upgrades. I don't really know. But I feel like I'm getting that from somewhere here. Oh, Chopsticks, thank you for the $5, mate. Made 200 quid in betting profits on the Barca buying game for buying to score more than 3. Right, that's mad. Fair play, man. Good for you. I'm not a betting person. The only time I've ever bet was during not the last World Cup, the World Cup before that, whatever year it was, 2014? I can't even remember. And I did loads of little bets. The one that Colombia did really well in. And, because it was 2018 where England got to the semis. Yeah, it was the World Cup before that. And I really bet heavily on Colombia, and they did really well. And so I only made like 80 quid, but I made lots of little bets on them. And also, thank you, Sagar, for the 40... Sorry, I don't know what that currency is, but thank you. Should there be only reserve drivers in FP1 in F1? I don't hate the idea. I think it could be cool. Give opportunities for younger drivers to get a chance, because in FP1 they don't really push the cars that much, so that could make sense. But then I think we're moving to a system where there won't be 3 practice sessions anymore, so as in 3 practice sessions anymore. So maybe not, but I think I understand the idea behind it. Hello, Falcon Slayer, appreciate it. Channel member, love to see it, buddy. Andrew Seth, shout out, buddy. Good to see you, man. So anyway, let's talk about my biggest surprise. I've gone with Sebastian Vettel. Now, there was chat of him being, he's been very close to Charles. Again, I haven't even watched FP3, so whatever. But he's got his new chassis. Oh, what the hell was that? So I'm just watching. So did Renault crash in FP3? I've got no idea. I literally haven't got a clue because I didn't watch FP3. Hang on, I should probably just watch this in the background. I'm guessing, have they put the highlights up yet? Sometimes they take a bit of time. What happened in FP3? I'm seeing what looks like Ocon. I don't know. Whatever. I'm losing my train of thought. Anyway, focus, Tommo. So yeah, I'm saying, I think. Oh, thank you, Zachary Hunter, for joining Friends of Tommo. Appreciate that, buddy. But yeah, I'm saying that I think Vettel. I just really want him to do well. I really want him to smash it. I want him to beat, like, I love Charles, but I want him to beat Charles in quali, because I think that will, really say a lot about him and his performances. Because, like I've said before, as much as I feel that Seb his performances aren't quite at the level they used to be, he's not forgotten how to drive, obviously, and that Ferrari car just ain't doing bits for him. But anyway, yeah, have they put the highlights live yet? Oh, and I've said Esteban Ocon's biggest letdown. Oh wow, yeah. So was it literally Ocon who crashed in FP3? Because I put these graphics together last night. So, I mean, that's big brain energy. I'm sorry, Esteban. I may have channeled. Was it Esteban? So I'm just saying it's Esteban, but it's not necessarily going to be. Oh, thank you, Chica Army, for Friends of Tommo. Appreciate that, buddy. And then Elmer Escobar, who are you rooting for today? Well, Elmer, I'm always rooting for my boy, Alex Albon. He's my favourite driver. But I'm also rooting for Seb. I actually really want Seb to do well, and I think that I really hope this chassis change does something to get him up the grid and get him on par with Charles, because his outright pace is not, like, it's impossible to know how much of it is the car and how much of it is the driver. It's impossible to know that. No one can say that they know that. But I just hope that he can sort it out. Oh yeah, so it was Ocon. Well, I'll tell you what, as things go, Yeah, was that Grosjean sitting in the middle of the road? I'm guessing it's Grosjean. I'm just guessing. Oh, okay. Magnussen. It was Magnussen. Oof. I mean, that's just clumsy, isn't it, man? I'm just watching it back now. That is really clumsy. But did anything else happen? Let me just go to the timings at the end. Because again, I didn't watch FP3, so because I was shopping. I was at Tesco buying lots of food. Okay, so Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Sainz, Perez, Leclerc, Gasly, Stroll, Albon, Ricciardo. And then bottom 10 was... Come on. We've got the intro playing, by the way, which I don't bother listening to anymore because it's not as good as it used to be. Ocon, Vettel, Grosjean, Raikkonen, Norris, Kvyat, Magnussen, Giovinazzi, Russell, Latifi. Yeah, I think the McLarens are going to struggle this week. I really do. But again, in terms of a team that I want to do well, I think McLaren I'm putting for the most. But yeah, I'm not like massively in one park or the other. But anyway, looks like we're about to start. We've got 4 minutes left, so the coverage is about to start. Now, let's jump into, once again, the live timings supplied by everyone's favourite American F1 YouTuber, Cranky Yankee. If you don't know, you should know. Cranky's stuff is quality, absolute top notch, and he's a genius, and he has his own website. All the details are on screen now. So if you don't know Cranky, give his channel a check. In this little brief bit of time before we start, open up another tab on YouTube. Check out his channel. Maybe just give it a subscribe and then you can watch his stuff later. Because his stuff, honestly, his brain is so big. He's such an intelligent man. And he's got some next level like F1 coverage. So give it some love. But yeah, as we progress through the sessions, this should, in theory... And it worked perfectly last week, so we should be good. We'll update live with the timings. Obviously, I've got a bit of a delay on me to the stream, but also I'm watching through Now TV, and there is a bit of a delay on that. So actually, these live timings will populate before my feed, so which is annoying because there's literally like about a 25-second gap between these updating and me seeing stuff on my screen. But again, you're not seeing my screen, so I will do my best, focusing very much on these numbers, and I will see them update as you do. So there you go. All right, bruh. What's your thoughts on this party mode BS? It won't solve anything, and it will ruin races. Look at Austria. I guess they've obviously... You say it's ruined. People are talking about it actually impacting Mercedes the most, though. But again, there's always going to be, it's never going to be cut and dry. There's always going to be a bit of nuance. So yeah, it is a bit of a, I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully it works out right. The stream keeps freezing, laggy. All right, okay. Are we lagging a bit, everyone? We're always. Oh my god, this is so annoying. We'll change if I can change the bitrate on Now TV. Right. Well, quality hasn't started yet, so be right back. I'm just going to see if I can do anything to change things. I'm back, everyone. Apologies. Oh, interesting. So there was no further action for the... Oh, hang on, you can't see me. Now you can. Hello. No further action for the whole the incident, which is I mean, I don't know. I don't know enough about the situation, so there you go. There you go. Hannah was watching Netflix, so I've asked her to pause that for the time being because obviously the stream, it might affect it. It probably does affect it a little bit, but anyway, people are saying Magnussen's fault. What do we think actually? Let me know. I mean, if there's more lag, I can't do anything about it. I apologise. If there's a driver more at fault than the other from the Ocon Magnussen incident, who do you think was more at fault? I mean, they've said racing incident. I kind of, well, like, not racing incident because they weren't even racing, were they? It's just a bloody practice session, but that must do the mechanics nutting when you, like, on a practice session, a driver drops it into a wall. Like, that must be so annoying. But anyway, Q1's begun. Slowly but surely, the drivers are coming out by the looks of it. I think Russell and Latifi are on track. Oh, come on out. Alex, I just want a nice early time, early doors, okay? Get it in quick, comfortable, so I'm not stressed, okay? Because last week was very stressful. But there you go. I've chose to support a driver who struggles in qualifying, so it's kind of, you know, what can I say? Hello everyone who's here, still here. Appreciate you all coming to the stream. Thank you for taking the time. Muchos gracias. I plan on doing one of these for I've done every single qualifying session this year, and I plan to keep that going for every single qualifying session going forward forever until I retire. Oh, what's the time? Yeah, so if anyone wants to synchronize the time, so when it hits 16 minutes, so it's 16:10, 16:09, 08, 07, 06, 05, 04, 03, 02, 01, 16 minutes. So if you want to synchronize, hopefully you've been able to do it there. But again, actually, there is a delay between these live timings you can see on the left-hand side of the screen and what I'm watching. So when it comes to squeaky bum time, actually, yeah, I would probably, the live timings are more for you guys. So actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make my stream my viewing full screen, so I can't see the live timings, because I don't want, because then it just, I don't give a genuine reaction because I'm seeing the time appear before. Latifi's purple first sector. Hello. Go on. Stick a lap in, Nicholas, and then red flag the session. Things we'd love to see. So what do we all think? What's everyone's P1, 2 and 3? Let me know. And Yudha, what is my quality prediction for Vettel? I'm going to say Vettel P6. That's what I'm saying. I think he's going to have a stronger quali than he has in the past. Let's see if he goes P1 with a 1:19.231. Purple, baby. Russell's actually over 3 tenths off Latifi, so he must have made a mistake maybe. But there you go. I feel like I'm sure a lot of you have noticed that Aramco is a new like big sponsor in F1, but they're actually they're a Saudi oil company, which in itself is quite controversial, because it's a Saudi company. So I was thinking of maybe doing a video on them, if you'd like to see it, maybe, because I think like no one really knows anything about them. I didn't even know they were an oil company. I didn't know they were a Saudi oil company until I googled it. So, I mean, that could be fun. Hi Promit. Thank you for stopping by, buddy. Appreciate you taking the time. Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen. Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen. Hamilton, Max, Bottas. Perez for first, front and second row. Yeah, I don't know if maybe like with my predictions, I should go more than just the top three because the top three is pretty predictable. Latifi's complaining of slipperiness on the track, so as that kind of beds in, it should improve hopefully. Pardon me. Hamilton by science. Interesting. Stephen Brown, when are you coming to London? Well, I live right next to a train station that takes me straight into London within like 25 minutes. So I used to live in London actually. Lived in a very nice little place. It was good fun. Enjoyed living in Hackney for a year. It was bloody expensive though. So yeah, I'm gonna say, yeah, obviously I've gone Lewis, Max, Bottas, and then I'm gonna say Charles, Alex, Sebastian. The next three. Who the bloody hell knows? Not me. Not this guy. Not this guy. Prediction for Norris, Freddie. I think the McLarens are struggling, so I think Norris might just squeeze through into Q3, but I think he might struggle. I think the McLarens might struggle. But interesting, we'll see. We will see. What is Acronis that sponsors Williams? Actually, Acronis have done a lot of sponsors in the esports space as well, haven't they? I've seen them propping up. And I think they sponsor a NASCAR team now. Or they're like on the hood of a NASCAR car. So, yeah, I think they're just like a tech company based out of like Singapore, I think. But yeah. What else we saying? What else we saying? Is that why... Yes, Beth. Come on, Beth. Bruv. It's martini, mate. I always drink this on stream. You obviously haven't been watching. Fake fan. A little bit more, I think, in fact. It's only 7.5%, so I'm not that pathetic that much will get me drunk. Acronis is Latifi sponsor, right? I don't know if they're actually related to Latifi at all. I don't think so. That's all the Safina and Lavazza stuff. That's all Latifi. Acronis are just... They were on the car. I think they were on the car last year. I'm pretty sure they were on the car last year. But anyway, Super Max looks like he's going to put it P1 in Q1. Bottas has gone purple first sector, so we will see. Anyway, we've still got over 10 minutes left. 10, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26. So again, if you want to sync, do that. 24, 23, 22, 21, 20. Lovely. Lovely jubbly. Lovely jubbly, everyone. So, prediction for Latifi. I mean, it's hard to look past. Apparently, I saw someone say in chat that Latifi's not... the Williams have struggled in practice. So, it's hard to realistically... I think this might be the end of George's run to Q2. I hope not, but there you go. Bottas beats Verstappen's time by 0.02 of a second. And then Lewis goes P1 by 4 tenths. Lewis, man, like, come on. Lewis is just ridiculous. Lewis is an android. Lewis is ludicrous. 2 thousandths between Max and Valtteri. It's crazy. Lance coming round doing a lap now. So most drivers haven't set a lap yet. Sainz, Perez, Gasly, Stroll, Albon, Vettel, Grosjean, Ricciardo, Ocon, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Giovinazzi all haven't set times yet. But now they're coming in. So Vettel's set a time, Kvyat, Norris. So it's Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Leclerc, Norris, Vettel, as I see it. Stroll goes quicker than Bottas. Go on the Lance. Go on the Lancey boy. If you saw my... I actually did really well my Husky chocolate video. I've got a... Where's the empty bottle of Husky? Oh, there you go. If you haven't seen my Husky chocolate video, this is the empty bottle that I drank. But I've still got loads in the fridge, which is taking up far too much room in the fridge. So I should probably... Well, I'm going to send a couple to Josh. Should I give some away? I don't know. We'll see. Actually, Husky messaged me, and I messaged them back, and they haven't got back to me. So I need to chase them up, because basically I said to them, "Can we do like a giveaway, as apologising for making me pay 40 quid instead of 16 quid." Oh, thank you, Luca Blore, for joining Friends of Tommo. Thank you. Again, if you're interested in joining, £2 a month. And I'll do like, occasionally I need to do one actually this week, because I haven't done one yet. I might do one after this stream, another live stream just for members, just to chat, just to shoot the shit, you know what I mean? But there you go. So right now, there's still quite a few. Most drivers have set times now. Both Renaults and both Alphas have not set times yet. But most of the drivers have kind of got a banker lap in. But I think everyone's going to have to improve. Both, again, Perez only less than a tenth behind Lewis. But again, it's FP1, so there's a long way to go, everyone. There's a long way to go. Let me stick the old headphones on, actually. Just make sure I don't wipe the wine glass out while I do it. Stick some audio on. Crofty. I'll just have Crofty on quietly in the background. There you go. Actually, what I have on this side. I think that looks better. There you go. That'll do. Right. I'm not looking at the chat because there are spoilers because of the delay that I have. So, just saying. What do you think? What's your favourite F1 like team merch? As in, like, you know, when I say the merch, like what the mechanics wear and the generic kind of merchandise. Because I think the Renault, the Le Coq Sportif stuff is sick. Where it's got the asymmetrical. I really like that stuff, man. I think it's really, really, really nice. Really nice. But yeah, I think Roman was getting a bit gassed about the Haas pace in practice, but they're 16th and 18th now, so, and they're bringing them in. You know, it's mad to think there's less than 6 minutes yet left in qualifying, yet the team is able to wheel the car back into the actual pits itself and still get back out, do an outlap and put a time in. Mad. Oh, Giovinazzi's a bit worried about his floor. So at the moment, again, we've got the little lull in between, you know, sessions and that. Grosjean, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Latifi and Giovinazzi are all in the elimination zone. I mean, there's not much in it. That's the thing. There really is not much in it. Again, if you delete Mercedes, although to be fair, the Racing Points have put in a very good show today. I feel like if you delete Mercedes from F1, you know, it's going to be a much more competitive sport. But obviously you can't as well. Like, Mercedes deserve credit. Deserve credit where it's due. What we're saying. Haas merch is dead, Beth. Fair. McLaren's fave. Yeah, I don't think the Haas is that great. I think the Haas livery is lovely, but I don't rate the merch either. It's not much thought gone into it. Williams it's alright. It's not bad. Giovinazzi Tony Hawk mode. What did he do? Did he ride that inside curb? Ooh, yeah. Ooh, Giovinazzi. He got right on the sausage curb, so then he couldn't turn because the wheels were off the ground. Oh, Antonio. I want to see all drivers do well, but I just can't see Antonio pulling it out. I can't see him in that seat next year. I feel like there's too much young Ferrari talent coming through. Eilert and Schwartzman are really setting themselves apart in F2 at the minute, aren't they? So I think no frames again, good stuff. Well, there's nothing I can do, so the lag is what it is. It's out of my control, I'm afraid. I pay £40 a month for my bloody internet, and it's still not bloody good enough. So recap. So everyone's chilled at the minute. No one's out on track. Oh, incident involving Magnussen and Kvyat will be investigated after the session. They haven't shown us that yet. Interesting. I wonder what that was. But anyway, Lewis P1, Perez P2, Stroll, Bottas, Verstappen, Sainz, Leclerc, Gasly, Ricciardo, Albon, Norris, Vettel, Ocon, Kvyat, Russell, Grosjean, Raikkonen, Magnussen, Latifi, and Antonio Giovinazzi. And everyone's out again. Here we go. Who's getting caught at the back? Alpha's just been released in front of a Ferrari. Ferraris are right at the back. But we're seeing, I think Ocon's at the front. So they obviously got his car sorted. It wasn't a huge shunt, to be fair. But it would have needed a new front and rear wing. Which, think how much money... How much money do you reckon that incident in FP3 cost Renault in terms of new parts? Like, I think that's over $1 million. Because he's definitely mullered the front wing, definitely mullered the rear wing, probably done some other little bits of damage. I reckon you're talking about £1 million, man. Not being funny. Front wings cost 150 grand. Yeah. So front wing, rear wing. Rear wing's probably as much, if not more. Maybe not $1 million. Maybe like 600k, 500k. Because then you've got other little bits that probably needed replacing as well, which all add up. So maybe not $1 million, but still, lots of damage. Russell's not happy about the traffic by the looks of it. So is he? I guess he's right at the back. Esteban got out first. So, although actually, is that Williams? I'm not sure. Croft is waffling about someone. Croft is waffling about people maybe not making the checkered flag to set their quick lap. It'll be Monza all over again. That would be funny. You know what? Like, as much as it was a joke, what happened in Italy last year, I thought it was hilarious, man. I thought it was funny. Like, I found that entertaining. So, you know, I don't know, man. Like, I know it's not pure, but I thought that was jokes. Matthew, does the Millie take into account labour? That's a good point, Matt, actually. Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, you don't think about that in terms of all the extra... Like, I don't know how... I guess mechanics are paid just a PAYE, like, on a per annum wage. You know what I mean? I doubt they're paid on the hour. But, here we go. Esteban is 0.6 behind Lewis. So it looks like he would improve. Although he's going through that annoying chicane at the end. Esteban, come on. Come on, Esteban. Latifi's improved. Ocon's improved. 10th place. Ocon should be fine. Bottas has improved, but still behind Perez. Interesting. Ricciardo, P9. So I've got Bottas P3, Ricciardo P9. Albon improves. Well done, Alex. 4 1,000ths behind Max. That'll do. I mean, Max will probably improve as well. But again, like, listen, Max is unreal talent. So you can't... Oh, Raikkonen's improved. Go on. All right, here we go. Thick and fast. So Giovinazzi's definitely out. Stone dead last. Vettel's P9. Vettel's P9. Hello, right. Russell's not made it. I told you. He was just missed out to Raikkonen. So Raikkonen's the one out of those bottom 3 teams. He's the one who squeezed through today. And Grosjean actually goes quicker than Russell as well. But doesn't go quicker than Raikkonen. Oh, Crofty's losing his voice. Oh. So Magnussen improved. Oh, Crofty, shut up. Crofty was like, Kimi Raikkonen's out of Q1. And then he realised what he'd said was wrong. And he was like, but in a good way. So Raikkonen's through. Other than that, it's the standard. So Magnussen lost out. Raikkonen was a good 0.1 ahead of Magnussen, which is a bigger gap than it has been for a while, I feel. I know it's 0.1 of a second. Give me a break. But so you got Magnussen, Grosjean, Russell, Latifi, and Giovinazzi are all out. Gio, mate. Gio. I'm sorry, I just can't see. I can't see Gio staying on. I think that seat's gone to Eilert or Schwartzman. I think that's a pretty safe bet. But who? Which one? That's the question. Because if Raikkonen retires, they're not going to take both. 2 rookies. Surely not. That's a bit much. Because then there's talk of Hülkenberg getting that. You know what I think? So, Hülkenberg to Alfa Romeo, because there's been talks of that. He's definitely had conversation with Alfa Romeo to replace Raikkonen. And then either Eilert or Schwartzman in the other seat. And then which one out of Eilert and Schwartzman doesn't get that Alfa seat goes to Haas and replaces Grosjean. That's what I think should happen. But there you go. That's just me. What do you all think? How should the Alfa Haas situation play out next year? How should it play out next year? Hülkenberg and Eilert, Grosjean and Raikkonen are done at the end of this year. Josh, I agree. Tommo, I hate those 8 dislikes. When you do stuff like this, there's always going to be people who don't like what you do, and that's fine. Just accept it. Will Barry Kubica? Obviously, yeah, Kubica could be in line to taking that seat from Raikkonen if Raikkonen leaves as well. I think it's fair to say Hülkenberg's definitely a better driver than Kubica, but obviously Kubica does have the all-in support, which would definitely stand in his favour. And Kubica's not useless. I don't think he's useless at all. I still think he could do a job. I just think he will struggle. Kvyat done at the end of this year as well. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree. I really want to see. Yuki Tsunoda. Like, he's doing well in the F2 so far. He's like P6 in the championship before this weekend, and I think he's got a good chance of taking that seat. Arthur Lopez, Alpha, Schwartzman and Hulk, and Haas, Eilert and blankety blank. I think K-Mag will keep that Haas seat. I think he's a good driver. Abdullah, people need to get off the Hülkenberg train, get more rookies in. I agree to an extent, but there's no way Alpha are going to take on 2 rookies, because Alpha need to improve. Like, they're dwindling, man. They need to improve, and a driver like Hülkenberg will give a lot better feedback and will bring a lot more to the team, both in terms of consistency and reliability on the track, but also in terms of car development. So I think Hülkenberg would make a lot of sense. But I don't know. My on my YouTube studio, my viewers have just plummeted to 0 out of nowhere. I'm guessing there's still people there, but I'm just going to carry on anyway. I mean, I will always do this stream regardless, because I'm watching the quali anyway, and it's just nice to converse rather than just sat there on my phone. But there you go. Also, this light's getting a bit hot. I've got my ring light. If I actually can show you a little behind the scenes. So if I twist this, you can see ring light is here. Hello, ring light. Hello. There's also my microphone arm, because I will have a new microphone soon. I've got the microphone. Is that good? There we go. I've got the microphone, but I don't have the cable because it's an XLR microphone, and I've ordered it, but it's taking bloody ages to arrive. So there you go. So no big losses from Q1. All pretty standard behaviour. Alex is looking. His eyes are looking full of joy and happiness in that car, which I'm very happy to see. They must be talking about him on the stream, but I'm not listening to it. So again, while I've got my headphones on, it's just making my ears sweat. Tony Sun, Is it weird how much slower Vettel is compared to Leclerc? Is it the car? Are they different? Is it the environment? So this is when I was on the WTF1 podcast with Tommy. We were talking about this, and I was like, there is a difference between prioritising a driver and what's the word? I can't think of the word. You know when you like purposely destroy something, you sabotage. There's a difference between prioritising and sabotaging. Like obviously when Schumacher was reigning, like when he was donning it, winning everything, he was prioritised over Barrichello. Goes without saying, of course he was. But Barrichello wasn't being sabotaged. He just wasn't getting the same level of focus and priority that Michael was. And I think that's fair to say about Red Bull with Verstappen and Alex. Although actually I do think Alex is going to be getting a bit more than typically because they want Alex to get his quali pace up to a level where he is consistently putting in those P4, 5, 6, that kind of area. Because if he does that all season, then they'll be fine for P2 in the championship. But anyway, there's a difference between sabotage and just not prioritising. But they're clearly prioritising Charles because of course they're gonna. You've got a young, very talented driver with a 5-year contract or whatever it is, versus a driver who's going to leave you at the end of the year. Of course, they're going to prioritise building that car and focusing the development around the driver that's going to be with them for the long run. Like, regardless, and it's the same at Red Bull. As much as I love Alex, of course they're going to prioritise Max, and of course they're going to build that car around what's best for Max because he's their number one, and rightly so. But yeah, that's my thought on that. Anyway, I don't think Ferrari is sabotage because the thing is, why would Ferrari sabotage their second car on purpose? Because Ferrari want to Ferrari. There's no guarantee of them getting P3 in the constructors title at all. Like the only way they get P3 in the constructors title is if Vettel is banging in points regularly, because we know Charles will, but Vettel needs to be putting in them points regularly. After Ferrari could be 4th, 5th, maybe even 6th in the championship if they're not careful, because it's so tight with Renault, Racing Point and McLaren. And even AlphaTauri are doing a good job. I don't think they'll challenge Ferrari at all, but I think those three, like Ferrari could easily find themselves on the bottom end of that if they don't give Vettel a car that he can put into the points most weekends. And that's like they'll lose out a load of money. That will be incredibly damaging to their ego and their brand. Like Ferrari have nothing to gain in sabotaging Vettel, but they are clearly prioritising Charles, and I think that's fine. Snoopy, do you think Leclerc could win a world champion if he has a better car, world title? I think there's a few. I think there's Lewis, Max, Charles, Daniel. I think those four, given the right hardware, could all realistically win a title. And I'll still put Daniel up there because I think Daniel's different gravy. Honestly, he's such a good. Like, you look at how much Gasly first and then Albon has struggled to get to terms with this Red Bull. It's only then you appreciate how amazing a job Daniel did. 7 wins, consistently up there. Daniel was on it, man. And he pushed Max. Like, that's the thing, like, it wasn't a clear 1-2. You know what I mean? Yes, we knew that Red Bull was prioritising Max because of Jos and because he's younger, which is fair. You know, you can rationalise that, you can understand it, but yeah, man, for me, like, Daniel's up there. But anyway, we're in Q2, 11:40 to go. No one's set a lap yet. We're on board with Bottas at the minute. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Who are we going to lose? Who's the... Well, actually, what's everyone saying in the chat? Love Daniel Ricciardo. Daniel reserves a good car. George as well. I don't think he's lost it. Yeah, to be fair, I think George would, out of the rookies, out of Alex, from rookies from last year, Alex, Lando, George. I think George is the most talented, for sure. But it's so tight, man. It's so tight. Hamilton stupidly quick in the last sector. That Mercedes, man. That Mercedes. This is what I've said this. Like, Matty gave me a shout actually because I was saying this to him and he was like, I agree. I feel like the ceiling for the Mercedes and the Red Bull, the Mercedes is like there, and I feel like the Red Bull's just a little bit lower. But to get close to that ceiling, I feels a lot easier in the Mercedes because there's less rake on it. It's a bigger car. It's a longer car. It's more stable, and it's easier for the driver to get to that ceiling. The Red Bull, where it's high rake, it's low, it's more edgy. It still has the same ceiling, but it's a lot harder for any driver to get to that ceiling. And you need a driver. And again, the reason it is built like that is because of Max. That's the reason why it is that way. So, yeah, that's my opinion on it, and that's why Gasly and Albon have struggled to be up to pace in that Mercedes. Rah, so fuck, that's mad. So Lewis is half a second ahead of Max, and then Albon's another half a second back, and then you got Ocon. Wow, Jesus, okay. Whew. Right, times are coming in now, so we've still got 9. So everyone will have a quick lap now. This is like a banker lap, isn't it? Still waiting for Perez, Stroll, Gasly, Sainz, Kvyat, Leclerc, Vettel, and Raikkonen all to set laps. But this is more like a banker lap, isn't it? And then everyone will come in, and then they'll all go out again and set times. So, So at the minute, we've got Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Norris, Albon, Ricciardo, and Ocon. They're the only drivers who have set times. It looks like both of the racing points will go quicker. Stroll goes in between Verstappen and Norris. Oh, Perez lost the back end a little bit there. Cheeky, Sergio. Very cheeky. Wolfpacky, can you predict the podium for this race? Podium for this race. I think... What do I think? I'm sticking to my guns. I'm saying Hamilton, Verstappen, Bottas. I think that's the way it's going to be. That's the way it's going to be. Nice cap. Thank you, Tony, son. It keeps the sun away from my sensitive forehead. Jack McGraw, do you think Daniel will bring McLaren to the front? Yeah, I mean, I think like if McLaren can nail the 2022 regs, then I think they've got a great chance of playing towards the front. That's what Zach Brown is kind of banking on anyway. It is a shame, obviously, the regs are being pushed back another year. That is a shame. 9 o'clock in the background. No, it's the little hand is just below 2. So it's like 33 minutes past. There you go. Thank you for the clock. The clock, love. Don't misquote me on that. We got it from... Where did it come from? Was it HomeSense, I think? Anyone in the UK should know HomeSense. Banging deals. It's like TK Maxx, but not quite shit. Nothing's really happening in quali at the minute, hence why I'm not talking about quali. Apologies, TR, but again, you can see where the times are coming in. Again, this is just a banker lap for everyone. So, you've got Vettel, Ocon, Gasly, Kvyat, Raikkonen in the drop zone as of now, but those times will improve. So, we'll see. We will see. There's still plenty of time in this session. Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Sainz, Leclerc, Perez, Stroll, Norris, Albon, Ricciardo, Vettel, Ocon, Gasly, Kvyat, Kimi, Raikkonen. Minton's sleeping down there. I didn't even notice. Lance hit those sausage curbs hard. They do the job, man. Jesus Christ, Lance. He absolutely mullered that. They are huge, man. That must lose you so much time hitting them. That must lose you so much time. But there you go. Everyone's back in the pits, as expected. Matt Howard, are the 18-inch rims coming in next year or 2022? That's a good question, because I tweeted about this. I did like a mock-up of how the wheels would look. I actually thought they looked quite cool, but a lot of people didn't like them. I don't know. I'm not sure, to be honest. I feel like because the rims are bigger, I feel like that part, the internals, like the brake ducts. If I never hear the term brake ducts ever again in my life, I will be very happy. But do they need to be bigger because of the bigger rim around them, so there's more space? Like, will they need to redesign that stuff? I don't know. I feel like that was part of the new regulations, not the current ones. So, but I'm not sure. So, let me know. Let me know in the comments if you actually know. Ben Bateman, West Ham are shit up the Wolves. Well, yeah, I know we're shit, but that's not the point, is it? You were shit at once. You were shit at one stage when you were in Championship all the bloody time, but you're not anymore. And fair play to you. You're not gonna bait me, Ben. No, Carlin best team followed by. Are you talking about F2? I mean, Ilott is just a monster, man. Ilott is dominant. I wasn't massively like excited about Ilott before this year, but I tell you what, that lad's on his job. All Seb got on the gravel. Okay, so on his quick lap, that's why it's P11, because he got on the gravel, and he hit the curb as well. Sebastian, get off that big sausage, son. It's not for you. Have a sip of that. You know what? I would drink the Husky, but Husky chocolate. So cold chocolate drink. Chocolate milk. There we go. Someone mentioned in the comments, I kept saying the drink, cold hot chocolate. I just didn't call it chocolate milk, because that's what it is. Because it's got, chocolate milk drink, chocolate taste. Ingredients, semi-skimmed milk, 93% semi-skimmed milk. Sugar, fat-reduced cocoa powder, stabilizer, cellulose gum, carrageenan, and natural flavouring. Again, I'm waffling because everyone's in the pits. We've got 3 minutes 23 left. Alex is going out early doors. That's good to see. Don't pit Alex in. Okay, so there are actually other cars that have come out in front of him. But Alex is not right at the back of the train. Oh, and Charles is quite far back in the train, which is not good. As is the Alpha Tauri of, I don't know which one. But the Racing Points have got out first by the looks of it. So you got Perez first, then Stroll, then Alex. Then the two McLarens, then the two Renaults, then Charles Leclerc, then the Alpha Tauri, then Seb, way back. Poor Seb, eh? I do, like, again, I'll do this again. Definitely, Ferrari are prioritising Charles. That goes without saying. That really does. Ooh. The McLarens have just both gone past Albon. So obviously they're in a bit of a rush. And it looks like a Ferrari's. Yeah, Charles is going past Alex as well. I guess that's the strategy. I don't know. I don't really know. I don't know. Whatever. Everyone's just on their outlap now, so trying to get a bit of heat in those tyres. Oh, thank you, Borek Pesta. I probably pronounced that wrong, but thank you very much, mate. Best F1 helmet. My vote is Vettel. Yes, Seb's is very nice. But my favourite is probably... Ooh, what's my favourite F1 helmet? I was thinking about doing... Actually, people banged on to me about doing F1 helmets video for ages. But actually, Dawny beat me to the punch. So, F1 Dawny, go and watch her F1 helmet ranking video. Because it's very good. And I might do one down the line, maybe. But they're changing a lot, aren't they? So, ooh, what's going on here? Albon's trying to get past the racing point. Oh, God. This seems a bit clumsy. Right. Give him space. They don't want dirty air. That's the thing. Everyone's waiting. But yeah, best helmet, I would say Nico's was banging, but Carlos's this weekend, I think, is my favourite helmet of the whole season. Genuinely. Carlos's helmet, they've got the matte black with the Spanish flag, like the red and the yellow down the side. Looks absolutely sick. I love it. It's banging. But anyway, we're on the hot laps, people. Charles Leclerc is the first boy out there on the road, and he's 3 tenths behind Hamilton already. That Mercedes is a joke, man. Literally, that first sector. It's an absolute yoke. But yeah, climbs are being set. Hopefully there's no crashes, because otherwise, at the moment, we're losing both AlphaTauris, Kimi, Esteban, and Sebastian. Which we can't lose Vettel in Q2 again, man. Come on, Seb. Come on, lad. Charles is 7 tenths now back. But then his PB was 9 tenths back, so that's fair. Perez goes quickest first sector. Ooh, interesting. Interesting, right. Come on. What we saying? Charles is coming across now. Time should start coming thick and fast. I'm not looking at the stream. I'm not looking at Cranky's timings because that will spoil it for me. Charles does not improve. Perez improves, goes ahead of Charles. Alex improves, goes ahead of Norris. Norris improves, does not go ahead of Alex though. Carlos sticks true, P4, solid. Ricardo, P10. Ocon's coming round now. Ocon's got to get himself out of it. Ocon, P12, Ocon's out. Ocon is out. Kvyat puts Ricardo out. Rah, fair play, Daniel. Fair play, Daniel. Vettel puts Kvyat out. All right, the times are improving now. Lance Stroll doesn't have to worry. Goes P4 still. Gasly, can he put Vettel out? Yes, he does. Gasly goes P5. Shit. Oh, man. So Seb's out again. Raikkonen goes quicker than Ocon, which deserves credit. Seb's out again. Gasly got him at the end. 2 1,000ths behind Norris. I told you. Literally, I said this. I said Norris will squeeze through. But 2 1,000ths behind Lando. Seb cannot catch a break. Oh, mate. I'm so gutted for him, man. Honestly. The margins are mad, though. Between Charles and Seb was less than... No, just over 0.2 of a second. And Leclerc's P8. Vettel's out. Well, I'm happy for Norris that he got through. Both McLarens got through into Q3, which I'm surprised about. I didn't expect that. Lando squeezed through for the second week in a row. I think Norris has made Q3 in every single session this year, I believe. Oh, man, Seb. Sebby boy, come on. But, mate, Pierre P5. I've said it before, I say it again. Driver of the year, Pierre Gasly. Honestly. I sound like Seb. Honestly. He's on it, mate. Gasly is rapid. So quick, man. So quick. What are we saying, everyone? Rip Ricardo. Yeah, Ricardo P13. I mean, the Ocon 15 as well. That's disappointing for the Renaults. It's very disappointing. Very disappointing. And we're getting a slow-mo of Romain Grosjean. So there we go. What do we think, everyone? What we taken from Q2? Because again, we've lost Sebastian Vettel, we've lost Daniel Kvyat, we've lost Daniel Ricciardo, we've lost Kimi Raikkonen and Esteban Ocon. Raikkonen, credit on Raikkonen putting that Alfa Romeo P14 quicker than Esteban. Esteban obviously had a bad lap because he was well off it, and Raikkonen was like almost 2 tenths behind Ricciardo. But that Renault's obviously struggling. And Ocon must have made a mistake. But we didn't see it. Mate, Gasly's on his job. That's the thing. Right now, like, Gasly's super comfortable with that AlphaTauri. But he wasn't with the Red Bull last year. And that shows how much of a difference being comfortable in the car that you're in makes. Because Pierre was always quick. Pierre thoroughly deserved that promotion to Red Bull. But those performances weren't a reflection of how good a driver he is. Because it's clear now, look at him. He's smashing it. It's P5, I know it's only Q2, but still. Comfortably through. Has been doing that consistently this year. Consistently should have been in, like... It wasn't his fault. He wasn't in the points last weekend. Strategy was just because they tried to cover Albon, and that wasn't a good move long term for AlphaTauri. But again, I don't like. I don't, and I put this on Twitter. I asked everyone, should Pierre go back to Red Bull? Should he look elsewhere, or should he stick at AlphaTauri? And like 8% of people said he should go back to Red Bull, and like 75% said he should look elsewhere. But actually, that's a bit of a precursor to my video, because my video that I'm putting live probably on Wednesday is actually about Pierre Gasly. Not just Pierre Gasly, but he's one of the big parts of that video. So there's a little promo for you. What's everyone saying? Gasly over Albon, Albon over Gasly. I mean, I think if Pierre and Albon were both in the AlphaTauri, I think they'd be quite similar. And I think based on like confidence right now, I think Gasly would be a bit quicker. Like honestly, I think Gasly probably edges it for me in terms of against Alex in terms of performance. But Alex is in the car that Pierre was in last year, and Pierre did fuck all in that car last year because it wasn't his cup of tea. It wasn't set up for him. Seb made a mistake on his quick lap. Just seen that. It went wide. That definitely lost him the 2000s that cost him for sure. And oh yeah, he went wide. Was that earlier? I don't know if that was on his quick lap. I'm not listening because I can't be asked. But yeah, man, it's tricky. I think Gasly definitely deserves a seat, but I think he needs to go elsewhere. I really do. But I do think, like, honestly, I think if you put Pierre next to Lewis in the Mercedes, I think Pierre would cut it. I think he'd do a better job than Valtteri. That's my call, man. That's my shout, because Pierre's, honestly, he's nuts. He's so good. He's so good. Alonso won't allow Gasly to Renault. Well, realistically, so Alonso's 39 now. So I reckon we'll get 2 years out of Fernando. Max. But then... And yes, Ocon and Gasly don't get along, but... Wait till Wednesday and find out. That's all I'm saying. Oh, Amir Mazza. Ocon is Formula E standard. Rah. I mean, Formula E is not a bad standard. I just can't watch it. I had a go at watching Formula E last weekend for the first, and I can't do it, man. It's just not my cup of tea. Like, I don't enjoy it at all. Like, I find the racing. You know the best thing about Formula E is when they're pulling away at the start. You can see how quickly those cars accelerate. But from then on, it's just bumper cars, and I don't like the sound, and it's not my cup of tea, man. It's not my cup of tea. Rachel Solu, is it about driver friendships? No, not fundamentally. But obviously, if your drivers get along, that's going to help. And there is a lot of history there. But again, wait until Wednesday and you'll find out a bit more about it. Maybe not. Maybe. If you're subscribed, you definitely will. So make sure you do. Hey. Right, what's everyone saying? So the 2 racing points are waiting to pull away. So Q3 should be starting any second now. But there you go. Ben Crook, bin off Ocon, I'd say. Get Gasly in and then Lundgaard. Ocon's got talent, but I agree that I think Gasly's a better driver. But would they get rid of Ocon? Because I don't want to talk too much about it, because you'll see. Edwin Guan, why am I on your t-shirt? Yes, Edwin, representing. I'm guessing you've heard that there is a brand called Edwin, so it's obviously named after you. Oh, my battery's running low on my laptop. That's not good. Plug in. Boom. How hot is it actually? Wow, my laptop gets bare hot, man. When I'm streaming, it is so hot. I wish this is why I can't. I've tried on Twitch. By the way, Q3 is just starting now, but everyone's just pulling out. I've tried on Twitch to stream not Rocket League, Trackmania, but my laptop just gets so hot that nothing can run properly. Very frustrating. Anyway, let's go Racing Point. How many we got? We got 1,000. Okay, not bad. Not bad. We're doing good, everyone. I'm happy. I will always, even though I forgot like 10 viewers, I'd still do this because I just enjoy doing this. Ooh, Red Bull was released in front of the Mercedes. Is that Red Bull's new strategy now? Just wipe out Bottas. Oh no, wipe out Hamilton. Who's that released in front of him? Was it Max? I'm looking at the helmet. I feel like that's Max's helmet. I could be wrong. But anyway, Q3. So, Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Stroll, Gasly, Sainz, Perez, Leclerc, Albon, Norris are our final 10. Come on. Top 3. What are we saying, everyone? What do we think? Interesting. So these AWS insights, the car medium speed corners, Alex is the 4th quickest, but he's way behind Max. He's like 3 tenths behind Max on medium speed corners. Again, it's impossible to know how much of that is the car being different, because there will be slight differences, and how much that is just Max being a lunatic and just going for it in the high speeds. Freddie, yes, I will do after this. I'll do a members only live stream as well, so we can just have more casual chat, because I like doing them. They're good fun. More lag, yeah, great. Love the lag. Good to see. Just blame BT, not me. Not my fault. Anyway, right. Cover the timings. Let's see. So I'm saying, let's jump back to my predictions. I'm saying Lewis P1, Max P2, Bottas P3 in quali. Biggest surprise, Seb? Nah. I mean, he was P11, and that's exactly where he finished last week, so I definitely didn't get no points for me for that. But Ocon was P15 in Q2, so I would say that is a letdown, and he hit the wall in FP3, so I'll take the dub on that. I'll take the dub. But anyway, back to the live timings. Again, apologies if there's any lag. There's nothing I can do about it. It is what it is. Right, Lancey boy. Lancey's gone into the 16s. 1:16.589. Decent. Around comes Sergio. Although Bottas has gone purple set to the first 2, so he'll probably beat Stroll's time. Ooh. Perez beats Stroll by 0.02 of a second. 5.68 versus a 5.89. Sainz is almost a second behind the racing points. Mad. And then Bottas does a 1:15. Is that a track record? I reckon that's probably a track record. But then I'm sure Lewis will beat that. So these Mercedes are a joke, man. Honestly, they're a joke. Alright. What we saying? Coming round now. Hamilton goes P1. Of course he does. Yeah, told you. 1:15.584. So 0.06 behind. And then Max goes P3. And my Now TV stream has turned into a potato, so I can't see anything that's going on. Time to look at the live timings, I think. Oh, there we go, we're back. All right. Verstappen, 7 tenths behind Hamilton. Mad. Perez, second behind Hamilton. Right. Times are... Everyone's got their bank collapsing on now, I feel. Everyone's got their bankers are in. So you've got Hamilton. We're going to Carlos for a highlight. What did Carlos do? Carlos. Vamos. Did you do? Oh yeah, locked up. Big time on the front left. That would have definitely. Oh, he went very wide onto the old Astro as well. That wouldn't have done him any favours. Is Stroll actually good now? I think Stroll's stepping up, man. He's still only 21, Lance Stroll. And in terms of qualifying against Sergio, he's there or thereabouts, isn't he? He is there or thereabouts. And again, longevity-wise, he could easily have 15 years in the sport. 15 years of Lance Stroll. 15 more years of Lance Stroll, should I say. But anyway. So, we've got Hamilton P1. 1:15.58. Bottas P2. I mean, why did I think that Verstappen would split the Mercedes? Obviously not going to happen. Verstappen 7 tenths behind Lewis. Mad. Then you've got Sergio, who's a second behind the Mercedes. You've got Stroll, who's a second behind the Mercedes. There's only 2 hundredths behind them two. Then you've got Lando, who's 1.65 behind Lewis. You've got Charles, 1.7 behind. Alex, 1.7 behind. That's mad. So Alex is a second behind Verstappen, which is a lot of time. That's a lot of time. Alex has got to get P6 minimum here. Because, like, you can... Racing Point, I feel, have got a quicker car than Red Bull. I feel that they have. And I think that Verstappen is getting... Again, he's hitting that ceiling because he's Max Verstappen. But Alex needs to be within a second of his teammate, man. He needs to be within a second of his teammate. Come on. Oh, Alex, man, come on. So then you got... So, like, look, there's less than 0.1 of a second between Norris and Albon. So Albon could definitely get P6, but he needs to put a stonking lap together. And you got Carlos, 1.8 off Lewis, and then Gasly, 2 seconds off. I don't know if this track really suits the AlphaTauri. So, like, Gasly's getting all the credit regardless because he's got into Q3 again. Barca got destroyed by Bayern yesterday. Yeah, I wonder if that's having an effect on the staff and the track marshals, who are probably all Barcelona fans here, aren't they? It was painful to watch. It was. Yes, so it looks like everyone's about to pull out again. So we've got Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, Perez, Stroll, Norris, Leclerc, Albon, Sainz, Gasly. In that order. So Bottas is going out first, probably to give his mate a tow. Wouldn't be surprised. Everyone's coming out on track now. We've got 3 minutes, 18 seconds to go in Q3. Again, thank you everyone for stopping by and watching. I do appreciate you taking the time. I very much do. And yeah, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, top 3. Perez P4, Stroll P5, Norris P6, Leclerc P7, Albon P8, Sainz P9, Gasly P10. Right, Max is still in pits. On shiny, fresh, soft tyres. Someone said in chat that Albon's on used softs. Ika, are you a Barca fan? Big yikes, son. Big yikes. Chopsticks. Albon's on used softs. Okay. Yeah. Makes sense. Like, Albon's not got the pace in quali, so it makes sense for Red Bull to just consolidate and put him on used softs and save a set for the race, I guess. It'll be the same with Vettel. You know, Ferrari will be able to play probably a better strategy than Leclerc because Leclerc didn't get... Because Vettel didn't get into Q3. Anyway. Come on, everyone. Start setting your quick lap. So it looks like Leclerc will be the first to set his lap, followed by Alex. Come on, Charles. Give your boy a tow, man. Come on. Give your boy Alex a tow. Help him out, man. Come on. So you got Charles is going out first, then Alex, then Valtteri, then Lewis, then the 2 racing points, then a McLaren, then Gasly, then the other McLaren, and then Verstappen's right at the back of the queue. I mean, we've got 1 minute 23 and he's halfway through the lap, so Max will be fine, I'm sure, to get a lap in. But you would anticipate that the racing points would improve. So anyway, quick lap time, boys. Bottas has just started his. Come on. Come on, Alex. Please, P6. Please, P6, Alex. Come on, please. I love you, man. I just want you to do well. Please. Alright, Bottas is up. Bottas is 16 hundredths up on Lewis. But again, he's setting his quick time before Lewis does, so Valtteri just needs to keep it on. Keep it in there. Come on, Sam. 35 seconds left to qualifying. Valtteri almost runs wide. We're following Valtteri for some reason. But we all know who I care most about. Come on, Alex. 22 seconds left to qualifying. Bottas is 65 hundredths up on Lewis. But again, Lewis is behind. He was slower in his first sector, though. Stroll went quicker in his first sector. Lewis is 1.6 behind, so Lewis definitely made a mistake. Charles goes P6. Albon goes P6. Yes. That's what I want to see. Good boy, Alex. Come on. Valtteri does not beat Hamilton, though. Valtteri lost time. Valtteri lost time. Hamilton's P1. It's happened. Obviously. Does Lewis improve? No, he doesn't improve. Lewis and Valtteri did not improve. Stroll's coming round now. Tell you what. Nah, Stroll P5. Perez is coming round as well. Looks like he's next. Norris goes above Leclerc, but below Albon. So Norris P7, which is solid. That's very solid. Perez comes round. Can Perez beat Verstappen? Can he beat Verstappen? No, he can't. Perez P4. Verstappen now. The only chance of getting anywhere in the Mercedes is not going to happen, is it? It's not going to happen. Carlos Sainz goes above Lando Norris. There you go. Verstappen doesn't improve either. 8 tenths down. Wow, there we go. It's done. Lewis P1, Valtteri P2, Verstappen P3, Perez P4, Stroll P5, Albon P6, Sainz P7, out-qualifies Norris P8, Leclerc P9, Gasly P10. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, we're not surprised. Not like Verstappen obviously made a mistake on his last lap, but Verstappen had a 2.2 buffer over Perez. That's like, come on. Verstappen was 0.2 quicker than Perez. Now, Perez is very quick, but Verstappen, for me, is another level. So only 0.2 of a difference. That racing point is rapid, at least in quality trim. But yeah, what are we saying? What are we saying, everyone? So Albon P6, he's 0.8, was it 0.7? 0.7 behind Max, I think it was. Which is still huge, like it's a big gap. It's a big gap, but I think the best you can ever expect another driver to do in that car is half a second behind Verstappen. I really do, because I rate Verstappen that highly, and I think Red Bull know how good Verstappen is. But it's a step in the right direction for Alex. It's still a lot of time, but it's a step in the right direction. And his P6, which is a much better starting place than he's had previously. You know, he just needs to lick those 2 racing points, and he's got P4. But there you go. What are we saying, everyone? Happy for Sainz? Yeah, I'm happy for... This is the first time Sainz has out-qualified Lando, right, this year? I believe so. I believe it was whitewashed before then. So, GG Carlos. Done well. All right, let's go through and talk about all the... So, obviously, Lewis goes P1. Lewis does Lewis things. Let's go back to my quali predictions. Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, Verstappen Max. Verstappen Bottas, wrong way round, but wishful thinking, you know what I mean? So Lewis obviously does what Lewis does, P1. No surprise there. Valtteri P2. No surprise there, really, is it? Max 0.7 behind. That gap is mad. That gap that Mercedes have is mad. And then the racing points were only 0.2 behind Verstappen. So again, that gap is mad for a whole different kind of reason. So credit to Max. I don't know how good his lap was, but I feel like you can safely assume it was a banging lap. Because again, I feel that I feel that the Racing Points are quicker than the Red Bulls, at least in quali for sure. But then you got the 2 Racing Points. Then obviously Alex. Again, the gap's still significant between him and Max, but given everything, I feel like it's a step in the right direction. It's an improvement. He's quicker than Charles, quicker than Lando, like quicker than both the McLarens, quicker than the Ferrari, quicker than the AlphaTauri. I think in terms of position, I think that's about as good as you could really expect, but you would expect the pace to be a bit closer for sure. Freddie Plays. Hi Tommo, you're my favourite YouTuber. Keep it up. Thank you, Freddie. Much appreciated, mate. You're very kind. And then who's P7? Who's behind Alex? Carlos. Fair play, Carlos. Carlos needed that, I feel. He's really strong. He's had bad luck, and his performances haven't quite been at the level they were last year so far. So, I think fair play, Carlos. He deserves a lot of credit. And then obviously Lando just behind. I didn't think McLaren would have a good weekend coming into this, but I think P7 and 8 they should be very chuffed with, because obviously the temperature issues that they had at Silverstone, they can be very happy with that at McLaren. Charles P9. I mean, it was very close between Charles and Sainz and Alex. To be fair, it was close between them. Anyone could have really got that, but Alex just was able to extract that little bit more pace out of that quicker car that he's got. But yeah, man, I think Charles has been overperforming that car. I do feel he really has been outperforming the hardware that he has underneath him. So, by the way, Lewis has got a really nice cap. It's a very nice shade of pink. It's not as nice as my shade of pink, obviously, but it's more like purpley. It's like lilac. But there you go. And then Gasly P10. I mean, Gasly getting into Q3. That's the story, man. Like, you can't expect Gasly to be fighting in quali with the Ferraris, the McLarens, the Racing Points, the Red Bulls. You can't expect that. So, Gasly, man, like, on it. On his job. On his job. Anyway, right, I'm going to answer a few more questions in chat, and then I'm going to sign out of this, and then I'm going to go on my... If you're a member, I'm going to do a members only live stream, and then we can just shoot the shit on there, because that's always good fun. So thank you to everyone for watching. I'll answer a few more questions. How do you like the track, Leo RJSP? I love Catalunya, purely because back when I used to race like Forza Motorsport 3 all the fucking time, I spent my whole life on that game. I used to love Catalunya, so that's one of my favourite tracks to race on. Viewing it, yes, it's bad for overtaking, but yeah, my personal bias towards it, yeah, that just kind of gets in the way. KPL, Kimi P14, yes, I think Kimi has to be up there in terms of drivers of the quali to get that Alfa Romeo out of Q1. Credit where credit's due, especially as Giovinazzi was stone dead last. So yeah. Mr. Milan, do you think Kvyat will be in F1 next year? No, I don't. I think either Snowder or Vips will get his seat. Taylor Peck, what are your thoughts on Hulkenberg to Red Bull in 2021? I think it's more likely, if anyone was to come into Red Bull and take his seat, I feel like Sergio's more likely if Vettel takes his spot. But if Vettel doesn't take his spot and takes Lance's spot, then I don't know. Maybe. I definitely think Red Bull will stick with Albon for the rest of this year because they don't have to worry so much about Ferrari in terms of the Constructors' Championship, so they can afford, from a constructor's point of view, to, not be as on it as they were last year and not be as cutthroat. So I do think they'll stick with Alex for the rest of the year, but then beyond then, it's all up in the air, innit? I feel like Perez is the most likely to take that seat because then... But then would Perez be happy as a second driver? Would he? That's the thing. Would he rock the boat too much at Red Bull? I don't know, because Alex is not rocking the boat for Max, and in a way, Red Bull will be kind of happy with that. Farrell Vaughan, I wonder how much better Lewis could make a rubbish car. How high up could Williams qualify with Lewis in it? I mean, I think he'd help the development of the car a lot. That I feel like if Lewis was in a rubbish car, the pros of him would be more in terms of car development than actual race results, because I think there is a ceiling, and I think George is consistently getting close to that ceiling. I don't think Lewis would do a whole lot better than George, but he would help the car development a lot because it's Lewis Hamilton. Come on. What's your team like on fantasy? Are you, man? I haven't looked because it makes me sad. So because it's terrible. But there you go. What do you think about Alex being behind the racing points? I mean, Verstappen was only 2 tenths above him, and Verstappen's a monster. So I do think Racing Point are the second quickest car in quali. I really do. So I don't read too much into that, but the gap is still significant. Sonoda doesn't have enough super license points. Not yet, Arib, but if he performs well in F2 this year, then he will definitely have enough super license points. And Cole Juracek, can Paye come back to West Ham? We'd love to see it, wouldn't we? But it's not going to happen. He's too homesick, bless him. Anyway, right, okay, I'm going to call it a day. Thank you everyone for watching the stream. I'm just going to stop this up. I'm going to go to the toilet, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to do a member. So if you're a member of the channel, £2 a month, I've got membership going. I'm going to do a little live stream, answer your questions, have more of a one-to-one chat. So thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. Do appreciate it. I will do a post-race just chat about things on Monday, a live one like I did last week. Did I do that last week? I can't even remember. Where I'll go through the race, and I'll do a live stream for them so we can have more of a conversation. Oh, thank you, Lifty Lucas. Appreciate it, mate. Tom97. Well, that was me. I hope you're talking about the quality and not the stream, mate. All right. Don't make me slap you up, bruv. You're in Spain, man. I can't get you from here. So, why is the graphic wrong? Because they're my predictions. You can see in the top left it says predictions. But anyway, I'm going to come off that. So back to main screen. Thank you everyone again for watching. See you in like 5 minutes for the members only live stream. It's been a pleasure as always. Have a good one. Thanks again. Blah blah blah. Cheerio. Tatty bye byes.